It's happening. It's happening. I'm gonna be back in a second though.
On the screen. CPU is on my team. You feel like I'm Kevin. This is how to be machine.
Okay, let's not waste any more time than what is absolutely strictly necessary. Hey, 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 hey. We're doing the thing. It's happening. Well, you know what? Let's waste a bit more time. Give me a second. Okay, time wasting can stop. It is no longer time to waste time. The time to waste time has timed out. And my audio settings are fucked up again. What happened? Why? Okay, I think I fixed it. Never mind. Doesn't sound that bad anymore. Man, I got this expensive microphone and it doesn't fucking work, man. Why? Anyway, no time for that, because tonight we're looking at yokai stories. Yeah, baby! AI generated yokai stories. Yokai stories that the computer made up. You know, we all know the classic yokai stories from yokai.com. Maybe you're going to yokai.com as well, but you know, ChatGPT specifically. Specifically, Jesus, I can't talk, but you know what I mean. It's like the stories that the AI thinks of, because the AI revolution is coming. It is foolish to resist. We're only mere months away from the singularity now. It is already set in stone. There's nothing to do but anticipate the coming. What? Hey Zendo, the only thing I know about Yokai is Yokai Watch. Yeah, Yokai Watch is pretty sick, but no, I'm sad to inform it's not, you know. Yeah. Anyways. Let's watch the meme of the day. Glad I wasn't alive to go to school in the 70s, cause if they spanked me, I would have. What the fuck, man? Coom. Sendo, you say that's relatable? I think that casts more moral judgment on you than anyone. Holy shit. I shoot myself every day. Little. I mean, they still spank people in America in some places, you know. Oh boy. Okay, let's go into the browser and let's have the fun. Boo-ba-da bam, there you go. Where's the window capture, please? Yeah, doesn't really work properly. There you go. Let's go on to ChatGPT. Try ChatGPT, verify you're human. I am. Oh, wait, I forgot about that. Let me quickly. And I think, yep, okay, now I'm in. I already did. No. Wait. Oh god, this doesn't. Give me a minute. You know. Why did I get rid of the technical problems one? I hate this. Why does nothing work when you want it to? When you...
Codes and numbers on the screen.
Yeah, I know.
Fever is on my team.
Oh yeah, I want to access from a Linux PC? No way, that's me.
This is how to be machine.
What the fuck, OpenAI? I hate this. I absolutely do hate this. What's going on? Why? Fucking... Take a look at this one, okay? Fucking... You may have pressed the back button, refresh your log... some cookies since you couldn't find... You know what? I'm doing it on the regular browser. Hopefully that works there, but I have to be extra careful not to leak any fucking data from myself. Oh well, who am I kidding? This is like a problem. Okay, now it worked. Fucking finally. Yeah, fucking... Apparently they hate it if I, You know, it's screen capture. There you go. I have some I tried the thing out on this before, but honestly, I don't give a shit. Okay, give me a prompt. I know I want to write that. I want them to write me a yokai story. That shit would sell for a lot. Imagine they made an AI to solve technical problems. You mean technical problems like this? This it actually can write code, you know. It does not work that well, but you know. Yokai, write a creepy yokai folklore horror story about the what yokai do you want to have? Like let's take a yokai that already exists before. Yokai.com, one of my favorite websites. Let's take a random one and let's whack that into Namahage, the Oni from what Akita, right? Nabahage, that's and they have a screaming and they have like a festival and everything. While Dewa, yeah, and Akita. I was right. All right, I know them. Nabahage, let's go. You know what? Also, I need to fix something on my stream end. Yo, you want some music in the background that would make the stream less repetitive? How about I'm gonna turn on some Gagaku. There's this one album from the 70s full of Gagaku songs, and I've used them in a lot of videos so far, and I haven't gotten in trouble, so let's use those. Gagaku. There it is, Gagaku. Ancient Japanese court music. Yeah. Now we are in the spirit, okay? Let's... Namahage. Let's try the Namahage. Maybe he knows the Namahage? Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Let's see. Should I do the accent? Please. I'm really curious. Should I do the accent or shouldn't I do the accent? I'm gonna do the accent. Okay. Don't do it? Okay, I'm not gonna do it then. No accent. Long ago, in a village, nestled deep in the mountains of Japan, the people lived in fear of the Namahage, a terrifying yokai that was said to prey on unsuspecting villagers. It was said that the Namahage would come out at night, clad in a fearsome, loathsome mask, carrying a sharp sickle, and seeking out those who had misbehaved or broken the rules of the community. One cold winter's night, a young boy named Taro was left alone in his house while his parents went to visit relatives in a neighboring village. Taro was a curious boy, and despite the warnings of his parents, he decided to stay up late and wait for the Namahage to appear. Why would you want that? I'm getting distracted. As the night grew darker, Taro began to hear strange noises outside of his home. He could hear the sounds of heavy footsteps crunching through the snow, and the rustle of clothing as something approached the door. Taro's heart began to race as he heard a deep, booming voice call out his name. Trembling with fear, Taro approached the door, and as he opened it, he was greeted by the sight of a Namahage. The creature towered over him, with its mask leering down at him from the darkness. Taro could smell the stench of rotten decay emanating from the monster, and he knew he was in grave danger. Okay. Oh, afterwards. But as the Namahage approached him with a sickle, something strange happened. Taro could see that the creature's eyes were filled with a deep sadness and loneliness. The monster spoke to him in a voice that was surprisingly gentle, telling him that it was only seeking companionship and friendship. Taro was torn between fear and pity for the creature. But as he looked into his eyes, he saw a flicker of humanity within the beast. With a sudden burst of courage, Taro reached out and took the hand of the Namahage. As the creature's mask fell away, Taro was shocked to see the face of an old man staring back at him. The old man had explained that he had been cursed to roam this land as the Namahage, seeking out companionship in a world that had grown cold and indifferent. Over the next few days, Taro spent time with the old man, listening to his stories and sharing his meals. As he came to know the Namahage better, Taro realized that the monster was not so different to himself. They were both lonely creatures searching for a sense of belonging in a world that had turned its back on them. In the end, Taro's parents returned from their trip to find their son laughing and playing with an old man who had once been the fearsome Namahage. They could see the bond they had formed between the two, and they knew that something miraculous had taken place. From that day forward, the village no longer feared the Namahage. Instead, they welcomed him as a friend and a member of their community. And although the old man eventually passed away, his spirits lived on in the hearts of the people he had touched. For they knew that the most fearsome monster could be tamed, but only one had the courage to look beyond the mask. What the fuck? What was that? It's like, okay, you know, there's this creature that kidnaps kids. Let's wait for it. and then it turns out it's just a depressed elderly man. It's too relatable sometimes, you know. The AI, it knows what we're after. It knows what we want. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like kids. You got the description perfect, spot on. Let's do another random one, okay? Okay. Music only when stories happen, okay? That's the rule now. I can't change the rules. Sorry, that's just what it is. The Koto Furunushi. Wanna do the Koto Furunushi? Maybe. Wait, no, that's what we want to copy. Very good, very good. Now, what's the prompt? It's another scary but also a bit tragic story. You know, that's mainly scary and a little bit tragic. That's what I want, you know? Set in ancient... Jesus, Japan. Set in ancient Japan, right? Very good. Now write a horror story set in ancient Japan. With the Koto Furunushi and another yokai that's a bit more monstrous than a living guitar, essentially. Shunobon. Has this something to do with the Obon holidays? Shunobon are ferocious demons from the mountains of Niigata and Fukuoka. Oh, damn. They have bright red skin and wear the priest's robes. Huh. Psychological horror. A terrifying grin. Yeah, they are in castles, and yeah, they have a legend attached to them. So let's read that after the AI legend. Yeah, Shunobon. Now let's write a horror story set in ancient Japan with the Koto Furunushi and the Shunobon. Make it extra scary and a little tragic. Jesus, how do you write tragic? Tragic. Like this. Jesus. English. Why is your language so weird? Okay. Oh, it's the reign of Emperor Tenmu. He was a figure. That was Muromachi period, right? No, Muromachi period wasn't Tenmu. Tenmu was in the height of the imperial court. You know, the Omyoji times. The one before the Genpei War. That is the what was that for? What was that for a period? What kind of Heian. Tenmu was in the Heian period. He was in the beginning of the Heian period. Yeah. Okay. Are you excited? Because I'm kind of am. Let's see what the story has to offer. In the era of ancient Japan, during the reign of Emperor Tenmu, there was a small village that nestled in the foothills of the great mountain range. The village was known for its skilled weavers, who wove some of the finest silk in the land. But this prosperity came at a great cost. The village was cursed by the Koto Furunushi, a powerful yokai that was said to be born of the rage of the gods. It's a fucking guitar. The Koto Furunushi had taken up residence in the nearby forest, and it would emerge from its hidden place on nights when the moon was full, bringing with it a terrible curse that befell the villagers. The curse brought with it terrible illness which could strike down the people of the village, turning them into twisted and contorted versions of their former selves. They would writhe in agony, their flesh melting away from their bones, as the Koto Furunushi cackled with glee. The village had tried everything to break the curse. They had offered sacrifices to the gods, and they had prayed to the spirits of the forest, but nothing seemed to work. That was until one day a wandering monk named Shunobon came to... Okay, I guess they don't know what the Shunobon is. Well, can't blame them. Shunobon was a wise man, and he had studied under the greatest sages of the land. He had heard of the curse that had befallen the village, and he was determined to find a way to break it. He ventured into the forest, searching for the Koto Furunushi, and eventually he came to face with the fearsome creature. The Koto Furunushi towered over him, its twisted features contorted into a wicked grin. But Shunobon was not afraid. He had come prepared, armed with a sacred scroll that he had acquired during his travels. With a steady hand, Shunobon began to chant the sacred words, unleashing a wave of powerful magic that engulfed the Koto Furunushi. Jesus. The creature writhed in agony, its form dissolving into mist, before finally fading away into nothingness. The curse was broken, and the villagers were freed from their torment. But there was a price to be paid. Shunobon had used up all of his power to banish the Koto Furunushi, and in doing so he had sacrificed his own life. As the villagers gathered around his body, they wept for the brave monk who had saved them from the curse. They buried him in a grave overlooking the village, and from that day forward, they honored his memory, telling tales of bravery and sacrifice for generations to come. But some say on nights when the moon is full, the ghost of the Koto Furunushi can still be seen wandering through the forests, searching for a way to reclaim its lost powers. and some say the spirit of Shinobon can be seen walking through the village, watching over the people he had saved. Forever, a guardian spirit, in death as he was in life. Hey, that's not bad. I mean, it's not what the Shinobon is, but you know, you have to switch up your mythology a little, you know? You can't have the same mythology all of the time. That gets boring real quick, doesn't it? Eh? And Shinobon, in actuality, he works alone and cooperates, but also cooperates with other yokai. In some stories, they work with Shigata Uba to help them capture humans to eat. Shinobon are also portrayed as serving powerful yokai like the Kame Hime of Inawashiro Castle and Nuruhyarion. Oh, Nurahyarion. Fuck, I never know how to pronounce that boy, but yeah, that's a powerful one. Okay, that's... Yeah, it's he's from Miyazaki apparently. And let's read its actual legend. Where's the music? Turn the music back on. Long ago, a young samurai was traveling alone on a road through Aizu. He had heard a local legends that monsters supposedly wandered the road. So when evening came and it grew dark, he began to feel afraid. Not too far ahead of him, he spotted another young samurai walking in the same direction. He quickened his pace to catch up so he would not have to walk the road at night alone. He chatted with the other samurai about this and that, until finally, I'm not doing that on fucking purpose, okay? That's, okay. Until finally he arrived on the subject of the local legend. I've heard that there are a creature called Shunubon who appears on this road at night. Have you heard of this legend? Asked the samurai to the other samurai. Wait, the other samurai turned to him and said, is he supposed to look something like this? As he spoke, his skin became red as if covered with blood. His hair grew out into spikes and his eyes began to glow like stars. His mouth split open from ear to ear, revealing a row of razor-sharp fangs. The samurai was so frightened that he fainted right there on the road. Sometime later he woke up. The monster was nowhere to be seen. The samurai ran so fast he could down the road and stopped at the first house he saw. A woman lived there, and when he saw the terror in the poor samurai's eyes, she invited him in. As his nerves settled, he found the courage to tell the woman about the horrible monster he had encountered. Oh, you poor thing, what a horrible sight to see and alone on the road at night, the woman consoled him. By the way, did the monster look something like this? As she spoke, her face transformed into the Shinobon he had seen earlier. The samurai ran screaming from the house. As he ran the way back to his own home and hid in his futon, he was too scared to leave. After 100 days, he succumbed to his fear and died. Okay. What the fuck? This is fucking comedic. You know, he is armed. He doesn't even think about using his katana, and it's like, oh, there's a monster, you know? Is it something like this? It's the monster! And then he runs. And then there's like a woman, and it's like, oh, there's this woman. She's like, there was a monster I saw, woman. Oh, you poor thing. Did the monster look something like this? And she's the monster too. Come on, that's comedic. Prime slapstick. I mean, this thing looks fucking terrifying. Not gonna lie, but fucking. He's trolling. He is. Also, just by coincidence, if you take a look at the today's game stream screen, that's also Shinobon if I'm not wrong, which I probably am anyway. What a coincidence. Ningyo. You wanna hear the story of the Ningyo from the website or from the this thing? Yaoi Bikuni. Yao Bikuni. Yao Bikuni. Okay. Well then, let's. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask this thing. Right. Jesus. Okay. Write me an long epic about the immortal nun Yaoi Bikuni. Yaoi Bikuni. About the immortal nun Yaoi Bikuni. The on wait, how the fuck do we write on Myoji? I'm so fucking lost right now. Okay, this is how you write on Myoji. The game is also really good, but you know, it's a gacha game, so you know. But you know, that's how you write it. The on Myoji Exor. How the fuck do you write exorcists? Fucking. Ah. That's how you write exorcists. What a dumb name. The Onmyoji exorcists. And the dark and corrupting force of the. How is Warhammer the first thing to come up? I have no clue. I don't know anything about Warhammer, but apparently there's the Exorcists, a loyal chapter of the Space Marines. And then there's The Exorcists, and that's a movie. Oh wait, that's singular, not plural. Such an iconic shot. Anyways, also based on a true story, which is, you know, not in America, but in Germany. There's also really scary, but we're doing Japanese horror stories tonight, not anything else. They made a very bad remake. Okay, I'm done. What's the Naruhuron? What was that thing? Something like this, right? Whatever, Yokai Finder, you will probably find them, because if anything is happening, it's always in Kyoto. Genbu, Hiroshi, Itsumade, anything scary, you know? Anything big, not just You know, we want a real boss battle here, you know? Not just any random yokai, we want the big ones, the bad ones. Ono no Takemura. Is that the... Okay, that's a kid in hell, like a demon in hell. Shuten Doji, the story is way too famous. I can't. Fucking can't, man. There's a lot of dead emperors who were betrayed in their lifetime. Tamamo no Mai, the fox demon that seduced the emperors. Classic, absolute classic. Yeah. You know what? Let's just take Sutoku no Tenno. He's always a good bad guy to have. Sutoku no Tenno, the betrayed emperor, the demon emperor. And the dark and corrupting influence of Sutoku Tenno, the emperor of Yokai. Let's see what the AI comes up with, and yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Where's the music? And let's get into some real storyteller jive. Let's also start another song, you know. Long ago, in ancient Japan, there lived a legendary immortal nun by the name of Yaoi Bikuni. She had lived for countless years, witnessing the rise and fall of dynasties, and had seen the country change and evolve in ways that would have never been imaginable to most. However, there was one thing that had remained constant. That was the constant struggle between good and evil. Yaoi Bikuni had seen her fair share of this struggle, having encountered some of the most powerful yokai and demons that roamed the land. But the greatest challenge of her life came when she found herself pitted against the Sutoku Tenno, the emperor of yokai, who had risen to power in darkness and threatened to plunge the entire world into chaos and despair. Sutoku Tenno was a fearsome creature with power to control the very elements themselves. He commanded an army of monstrous yokai and demons, and his presence alone was enough to strike fear into the hearts of even the bravest warriors. Many had tried to defeat him over the years, but had all failed. Now it was up to Yao Bikuni to take up the fight. Yaoi Bikuni was not alone in her struggle, however. She had help of a powerful group of onmyoji exorcists who had honed their craft to the point where they could channel the very essence of the elements. Together they set out to find Sutoku Tenno and put an end to his reign of terror. The journey was long and treacherous as they navigated through treacherous terrain, overcame fierce yokai, and had to evade the Sutoku Tenno's minions at every turn. But they were determined, and they pushed on, their eyes fixed on the ultimate goal of vanquishing the Dark Emperor. Finally, after many long months of traveling, they arrived at the base of Sutoku Tenno's stronghold. The ground was blackened and scorched, and the sky filled with the sounds of wailing and torment. It was clear that they were in the presence of something truly evil. Undoubtedly, Yaoi Bikuni and the Onmyoji exorcists made their way into the stronghold. ready to face whatever horrors lie ahead. The Sutoku Tenno was waiting for them, his eyes filled with cold and burning fury that made the very air tremble. The battle was long and brutal, with Sutoku Tenno unleashing all manner of deadly attacks against his foes. But Yaoi Bikuni and the Onmyoji were no ordinary warriors and had honed their skills to a razor's edge. They fought with all their might, channeling the power of the elements to unleash a devastating attacks against their enemy. The battle raged on for what seemed like an eternity, with the Sutoku Tenno growing more and more desperate as the tide began to turn against him. His minions were defeated, one by one, and his power began to weaken. Finally, with a almighty roar, Yaoi Bikuni unleashed a final, devastating attack against the Sutoku Tenno. The impact was felt across the entire land, and the skies were filled with a blinding light that signaled the end of battle. When dust settled, Sutoku Tenno lay defeated in it, his power gone and his minions vanquished. Yaoi Bikuni and the Onmyoji exorcists had emerged victorious, having saved the world from a fate worse than death. But the victory had come at a cost. Many of the Onmyoji had fallen in battle, and Yaoi Bikuni knew that her time in this world was growing short, so she bid farewell. Hey, that's a good story! Nice! That's a good story. Nice. That's a story worthy of Matsuyuji 10 adaptation, I'd feel like. Holy shit. What's something we could also, like, get another random one, you know? Gangi Kozu. I have no clue what that is. The riverbank priest boy. Why is every ghost in Japan also a priest? I mean, in the West, they usually bring the priests to solve the ghost problem. In Japan, it's usually the priests that are the problems, and the monks have to beat them up spiritually. The river priest boy. And they live at riverbanks. Okay. The Gangi Kozo are very hairy, monkey-like water spirits which inhabit rivers. They live along the river banks where they hunt fish. Their bodies are covered in hair, and the hair on their head resembles the bobbed Okappa hairstyle, once popular among children in Japan. The most notable features are their webbed hands and toes, their long teeth which are sharp like jagged files. They are close relatives of the much more well-known kappa. Okay, so there's like a biology here. Damn, okay. Gangi Kozo are not encountered outside of the riverbanks, and there may be good reason for this. According to one theory, they are the transitional form of Kappa. According to many legends, Kappa transform from river spirits into hairy mountain spirits when the seasons change. The specific details differ quite a bit from place to place. However, in Yamaguchi Prefecture, there is a hairy mountain spirit called the Takiwaro, which transforms into a water spirit called the Enko, a variety of kappa. Some folklorists believe that the Gangi Kozo is a kind of Takiwaro and thus a mere transitional form of the kappa. This would explain why there's so little known of them. Gangi Kozo normally stay away from people, but occasionally encounter fishermen along the rivers they inhabit. When meeting a Gangi Kozo, fishermen often leave their largest, cheapest fish on the river side as an offering. Gangi Kozo do not appear in any local legends, though the stories of very similar looking yokai do. The first written record of them is in Toriyama Sekien's yokai encyclopedias. It is therefore possible that the Gangi Kozo was made up by Toriyama Sekien based on numerous legends of transforming kappa. That's interesting, you know? As kappa, and then Sekien thought, you know what, we need more of them. And now, thanks to Sekien, we have a lot. Thanks, Sekien. I sound a bit sarcastic, but I genuinely like him. His writings are amazing. And they offer such an interesting perspective into Japanese culture, which is, you know, oh, this one's interesting. I can tell. The hyakume. Hyaku ume. It's God, it's a pun. Yeah, that's what you call it in English. It's a pun. Hyaku means 100. Ume is eyes. So hyaku ume. But you only need one U. Nice. Hyakume. Hyakume. Interesting. So this is hyaku. This is kume. Nice. Hyaku kume. The more you know. Let's see what they are about. 100 eyes. They live in abandoned homes, temples, caves, and other shady areas. And you don't know what they eat. Probably not people, though. Like the name suggests, Hyakume are covered from head to foot with countless blinking yellow eyes underneath those fleshy, roughly man-sized bodies. With their eyes closed, they resemble pink lumps of flesh, and they are nearly indistinguishable from Nupepo. Oh, yeah, Nupepo, right. They are also really freaky. Little goblins, I presume. Hyakume make their homes into old temples, guarding them from would-be thieves during the night. During the day, the sky is too bright for their many sensitive eyes, so they only come out at night, spending the lighter hours in dark and shadowy buildings where few humans ever go. Hyakume are shy and try to avoid human contact. Should a human come within a few meters of a Hyakume, one of its eyes will detach from its body and fly towards the person. The eye sticks to a person's body for as long as he or she is in the area, keeping an eye out for criminal activity. Eventually, the eye will return to the yokai when they will perceive that there is no danger. When Hyakume feel threatened, they jump out of the darkness in a menacing manner. They are not particularly violent, nor rely on their size and fearsome appearance. And well, whatever, they are more. They are a jump scare. Okay. Those people are a jump scare. You don't want them. Nah, I want something threatening, you know? Those are also like temple guardians, Koma Inu. They come from ancient China. That's why they're all over Asia, and there are a lot of stories made up about them. So, you know, maybe we can use them in another story, but let's find some actual scary yokai that we haven't seen yet. What is the... No, wait. I know there's like a yokai. I'm so bad with the names, but there's like one yokai, which is a woman that's dead, but she's still in love. So that's why she's not dead. I want the AI to make a story about her and a tragic, tragic tale of love. You know, the tale of the peony lantern? That's the yokai I'm talking about. Fucking, it's not in Kyoto, so where is it then? Fucking Edo? Yeah, it was in Edo. This is the one with the peony lanterns. Diet, none, though has a very large sexual appetite. Sekian, you horny bitch. Is it one of Sekian's stories? I don't know. I can't read Japanese too well. Honne onna. Now write a tragic love story about the yokai. About the yokai Honne onna. A dead woman still trying to love her crush after they have died. Yeah. Make it set in the late Edo period. And anything else? Any other parameters you want the AI to write the story in? Sendo, you know anything? Other people in chat? Like Zero, One, Ella, Drapsnat, or Kata? I'm curious. Maybe... make up names. Make up names for the characters. And involve a Buddhist monk. To at the end of the story. Make it set in Edo. Or yeah, make it set in Edo. Edo's red light district. What was the in Edo's red light district? That has some poetic like stuff in there, probably. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Some mantras? Okay. Maybe what also could be? Oh, and involve the Yakuza in the tragedy. How the fuck do I write tragedy? Tragedy. Dun 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 tragedy. A Buddhist monk. At the end of the story, and involve the early Yakuza in the tragedy. I think that's some very specific parameters. Let's see what kind of story we get out of this. Okay, I think the robot got what we wanted. Okay, okay, this one's gonna be good. I know this. Holy fuck, this one has potential. Want to do irite or derute? No, let's do koranjo. Doshita no sure koranjo. Wait, I just slipped into Chinese there. Okay. Okay. This is good. This is good. In the late Edo period, in the bustling red light district of Edo, there was a beautiful young woman named Hana. Hana was known for her stunning beauty and kind heart, and many men came from all over the city to see her. However, Hana had eyes for only one man, a young yakuza named Ryu. Ryu was the leader of a small yakuza clan that had opened in the red light district. He was feared and respected by all who knew him, but Hana saw something in him that no one else did. She saw a kind and gentle soul, one that was capable of great love and devotion. For many months, Hana and Ryu had a secret love affair. So the flower and the dragon, okay. Meeting in the shadows of the red light district and stealing precious moments together whenever they could. However, the love was not meant to be, as one night Ryu was killed in a gang war. Hana was devastated by the loss of her beloved, and she grieved day in and day out. Her grief was so strong that it brought her to the brink of death, and one day she passed her way, her heart broken and her soul in turmoil. But even in death, Hana could not let go of her love for Ryu, as she returned as a Honeonna, a ghostly woman who still clung to the memory of her lost love. She continued to wander the red light district, searching for Ryu's spirit, hoping to find him, to be reunited with him once again. Years passed, and Hana's ghostly form became a legend within the red light district. Many claimed to have seen her wandering the streets, still searching for a lost love. But one day, a young Buddhist monk named Taro. It's Taro again! Oh yeah! It's the boy he grew up to be, he tamed the Namahage and now he is back so he can tame other wild yokai and bring them to peace, A young Buddhist monk named Taro came to the red light district, seeking to cleanse the area of evil spirits. Taro was a kind and gentle soul, with deep compassion for all living things. I wonder where he got that one from. Oh my goodness. When he heard of the legend of the Honeonna, he felt compelled to seek her out and help her find peace. Taro searched for many days until he found Hana's spirit, still wandering the streets, searching for a lost love. Taro approached her with a kind heart. He spoke to her gently, telling her that she needed to let go of her love for you and find peace in the afterlife, in a new life, whatever. At first, Hana was hesitant to listen, but as Taro spoke to her more, she began to feel a sense of peace and calmness come over her. As she realized that her love for you was holding her back, and she needed a way to find a way to let go. With Taro's help, Hana finally found the strength to move on from her lost love. She disappeared into the afterlife, her spirit at last finding peace and rest that it had been searching for. As for Taro, he continued on his journey, bringing peace and comfort to those who needed it most. He knew that even in the darkest of places, there was always hope, and he was determined to spread the hope to all who needed it. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's say Taro was born in the year 1851. No, 1841. No. 18... When was the fucking Imjin War again? No, not the Imjin War. When was the Japanese Civil War again? You know? Yeah, 71 as well, so... Was it the Imjin War? No, the Imjin War was the one in Korea. What was the... The Civil War? The Boshin! Yeah, the Boshin War. That's what this was called. Jesus, I can't remember my names, goddammit. And yeah, it's 1868. It started 1868, right? So let's just say our boy, what is his name? Taro Bozu. Let's say Taro Bozu was born in 1850. No, 1849. No, let's say he was born in 18. No, how young? A young monk. People in Japan during that time were adults at around 16 years of age. So let's say, yeah, 1855. Let's say he was born 1855. And what happened with the Namahage, because he's from Akita. Nice. He's from Akita, and, you know, that was in the 1860s, in the early 1860s. By 1868, you know, a few years, like 1867, that this story had happened. So let's write a story about the modernization of Japan in the early Meiji period, about Taro the monk and how he meets with a certain character that you probably should know if you watch my YouTube videos. Write me a horror story of the heroic monk Taro and the spirit of a Western mercenary who died in the Boshin War. The mercenary took the Japanese name Makisu Ryujiten and was obsessed with Japanese folklore. Now his spirit appears to to lonely travelers. The fuck do you write travelers? 1L. Okay. Now a spirit appears to lonely travelers at night, telling them stories of ghosts that then appear to kill the travelers. Oh, sorry, I'm spoiling my YouTube series a bit, but you know, shut up. I'm enjoying this. Taro will try to exorcise. The fuck, how do you write exercise? This yokai. Yeah. But fail. Then he will train. Oh, and he will train and make it his life's mission to exorcise the spirit. You know, that's a very epic story, isn't it? You know? Abortion one, yeah. I already gave away what I had planned with like the entirety of my Maksuri Uji 10 YouTube series in this one prompt. But hey, let's see what comes out of this one, okay? Involve the changing times of the dawn of the Meiji period and the modernization. Jesus, I can't write. Of Japan. In conflict with the old ways of the Edo period that has faded. Now that's an interesting prompt with a lot of creativity, and I'm sure the bot will crystallize that and I can work with that after that to make this into a really interesting script for a short film I'm gonna do next year. That's my plan on this one right now. So, you know, let's see if that can come true. But if not, then not, I guess. What else could we make into an interesting plot point? Edo period, old ways, faded, Japanese, and yeah. No, I'm gonna make, this is the prompt I'm going with. Let's see about some. If you want some prompts, well, after each story, I'm gonna look in chat and see if there are some prompts that you would like to have seen turned into stories. I'd be happy to take the I'd be happy to take the thing, you know? Okay, let's read the story. In the early days of the Meiji period, as Japan began to modernize and leave behind the old ways of the Edo period, a great darkness was creeping across the land. It was said that the spirits of the dead were restless and unable to find peace in this new world, and that they were lashing out at the living in their anger and confusion. One of such spirits was that of the Western mercenary who had fought in the Boshin War, a man who had been obsessed with Japanese folklore and legend. After his death, the spirit had become trapped within this world, unable to move on to the next. He took on the name Makisuri Ujiten and began wandering the countryside, seeking out lonely travelers and telling them stories of ghosts and yokai. At first, the travelers were enthralled by Makisu's tales, but soon they realized that there was darkness behind his words. As he spoke, the spirits he had conjured within his stories would appear, attacking and killing those who had listened. The people of Japan were terrified of this new threat, and they turned to only one man they believed could help, the heroic monk Taro. Taro was known throughout the land as a powerful exorcist, a man who had dedicated his life to battling the forces of darkness. Taro took up the challenge, determined to rid Japan of this new menace. He journeyed across the countryside, seeking out Makisu's spirit wherever he could find it. But no matter how hard he tried, Taro could not exorcise the spirit. Makisu was too powerful, too deeply entrenched in this world. At first, Taro despaired, believing that he had failed in his duty. But then he had realized that he had been going about this all wrong. Makisu was obsessed with Japanese folklore, and that was the key to defeating him. Ooh, now we're getting some plot twists in here. Taro began to immerse himself in the legends and stories of the past, learning all that he could about the spirits and yokai that haunted Japan's past. He trained hard, becoming stronger and more powerful each passing day. Finally, he was ready to face Makisu once more. This time, Taro was armed with the knowledge and power of the old ways, and he was confident that he could defeat the spirit. When he finally found Makisu again, Taro was ready. He engaged the spirit in battle, calling forth all power he had gained through his studies and training. The battle was fierce, with both sides unleashing powerful attacks against one another. But in the end, Taro emerged victorious. With a powerful exorcism ritual, he had banished Makisu's spirit from this world, sending it to the afterlife at last. As he stood there, victorious but exhausted, Taro realized that this was just the beginning. The world was changing, and with it, the spirits that haunted it. He knew that he would have to continue his studies and training to face whatever new threats might emerge in this new age. But he was ready for it, with the power of the old ways at his fingertips. Taro knew that he could face anything in this new world might throw at him, and so he journeyed on, ready for whatever lay ahead. Now that story is a banger. Any requests for new prompts? Do we want to find out what Taro the monk is going through next? Do we want to know what do we want to know more about other yokai? Do we want them to make for the story generator to make up some yokai? I'm quite unsure of all of this. Sendo, you have to know something. Please tell me. Nothing? Okay, let's... mm, I'm gonna drink a bit of cola. Ugh. What's something other that we, like another interesting story we could throw into this thing? How about... I don't know, anything interesting. You know, maybe you want to know more about Taro? Maybe we want to look up maybe something about the Koma Inu. That's interesting. It's a Goryeo, an ancient Korean dynasty dog. The Shishi, or stone lion, refers to the open-mouthed Koma Inu. And they live in shrines, temples, and holy areas, and they are carnivorous. They eat flesh. Koma Inu are noble and holy animals, usually beloved as guardians of sacred sites. They can range in size from a small dog to the size of a lion due to their resemblance of both creatures. They are often called lion dogs in English. They have a thick, curly manes and tails, powerful muscular bodies, and sharp teeth and claws. Some Koma Inu have large horns like unicorns on their heads. However, many are hornless. Koma Inu are fierce and noble beasts. They act like watchdogs, guarding gates and doorways and preventing the wicked from entering. They live together in male-female pairs and are always found together. In their pairs, the female usually guards those living inside, while the male guards the structure itself. Koma Inu are ubiquitous symbols at holy sites in Japan. Stone Koma Inu statues are almost always found at the entrance to Shinto shrines, often with more inside the shrine guarding the important buildings. The pairs are usually carved into two poses, one with a mouth open in a roaring position and one with a mouth closed. Symbolically, these creatures represent yin and yang, death and life. The open mouth Koma represents the sound ah, while the closed mouth Koma Inu represents the sound un. These sounds are Japanese translations of Sanskrit om, a mystical syllable which symbolizes the beginning, middle, and end of all things. In Western analogy, this would be Alpha and Omega. Koma Inu were brought to Japan via Korea, which in turn received them from China, which in turn received them from India. China is where they first began to symbolize the dharmic philosophies of Indian religions. In China, these dogs are called shishi, which means stone lion. This name is often used in Japan as well, though it only refers to one with its mouth open. The other one of the two is collectively always referred to as the Koma Inu. So there's a lot of Inus here. We have... There's always so many cool things about like Asian society and philosophy in the Middle Ages, which is so fucking interesting, and yet there's so little interest to be seen in the West, man. I love my K-dramas, and I love my J-dramas, and I love my C-dramas, all are very nice, and you know, like Mieruko-chan kind of touches on this, the anime, the manga, anything done by the great, Tara Devlin from the Koabana podcast. Anything she puts out is always an absolute blast. You know, let's take the Koma Inu. Let's make a story about the god of a shrine. Let's take... What god do we want to take? Is it... Not Doji. What was the... Sendo, you watched Noragami. What was the woman with the blonde hairs and the pistols called again? That's the god of war in Japan. Oh man, what was that one called again? Not Shuten Doji, something like Sutuk. No, Jesus. I know. Fucking me and names, bad combination. Hachiman. I'm not talking about Hachiman though. It's one of the 7 lucky gods. Susanoo. I like Susanoo, but it's not Susanoo. Tsukiyomi is also very interesting, one of my favorites, but no. Minor Kami. Hori. Ameno. Susanoo. Fucking what's the fucking name of the... Yeah, it's one of the 7 lucky gods. Bishamonten, right. The warrior gods, right. Fuck, it's the warrior god, not the god of war. Yeah, okay. So, let's take Bishamon. And write a story set in the Meiji period of a group of schoolgirls accidentally provoking a great evil spirit what's the great evil spirit we are attaching to this? What's a good great evil spirit? Like something big, right? Let's see what's in Shikoku. I like Shikoku. Not too much, apparently. And the weird ones. Okay. In Shikoku, there are the weird ones. The Utsurubune was in Tohoku. Don't get me wrong, but that's wrong. Yosuzume, yeah, no, weird ones here. Let's... Tohoku has some interesting yokai stories. I often hear about that. You know, what's a good, big, great evil spirit, you know? Honestly, Kijo Hime is one of the most famous antagonists in Japanese literature and the examples of a Honari Hanya demon woman who was attained a maximum level of power. She appears in the legend of Aichin and Kyohime and the Princess Kyo, an ancient tale from the Wakayama prefecture. Versions of the story appear in a number of ancient books. Her tale is retold in the famous no play Dojoji. Okay. The legend is long ago, during the reign of Emperor Daigo, the young priest named Aichin was traveling from Mutsu to Kunamo on a pilgrimage. Every year he made the journey, and every year he would lodge at the manor of the Masago Shoji family. He was incredibly good-looking young man, and he caught the eye of Kyohime, the manor lord's daughter. She was a troublesome young girl. Aichin joked to her that if she were a good girl and behaved herself, he would marry her and take her back to Mutsu. Every year Kyo waited for Aichin to come again for his pilgrimage. When she came of age arrived, she reminded him of his promise and asked him to marry her. Aichin, embarrassed that she had taken his word seriously, lied that he would come for her as soon as he has finished his pilgrimage. On his return, he avoided Masago no Shoji Manor and headed straight for Mutsu. When Kyohime heard of Aichin's deception, she was overcome with grief. She ran after the young priest barefoot, determined to marry him. Aichin fled as fast as he could, but Kyo caught up to him on the road to the temple Dojoji. There, instead of greeting her, Aichin lied again. He pretended not to know her and protested that he was late for meeting somewhere else. Kyohime's sadness turned into furious rage. She attacked, moving to punish the lying priest. Aichin prayed for Kumano Gogen to save him. A divine light dazzled Kyohime's eyes and paralyzed her body, giving Aichin just enough time to escape. Kyohime's rage exploded to its limits. The divine intervention had pushed her over the edge. She transformed into a giant fire-breathing serpent. When Aichin reached Hidaka River, she paid the boatman and begged him to not allow his pursuer across. Then he ran to Dojoji for his safety. Ignoring the boatman entirely, Kyohime swam and crossed the river after Aichin. Seeing the monstrous serpent, the priest of Dojoji hid Aichin inside of a large bronze temple bell. However, Kyohime could smell Aichin inside. Overcome with rage and despair, she wrapped herself around the bell and breathed fire until the bronze became white-hot. She roasted Aichin alive inside the bell. With Aichin dead, the demon Kyohime threw herself into the river and drowned. You know, let's leave out the last sentence here and just say, the fire-breathing demon serpent princess Kyohime is the great evil spirit of the fire-breathing serpent spirit Kyohime. Giant serpent spirit Kyohime. Schoolgirl's accent. Write a story set in the Meiji period of a group of schoolgirls accidentally provoking a great evil spirit. The great evil spirit. Great evil spirit of the fire-breathing giant serpent spirit Kyohime. And let's say they lead to a temple and pray to Bishamon Ten, the god of warriors, and justice to banish the beast. And then a divine intervention happens, and the girls are saved by a creature beyond their understanding. This is a bit Miyaruko-chan, isn't it? But I mean it. I mean it. You know, like the last episode of the Miyaruko-chan anime? Oh my goodness, the way they oh my goodness, the way that they portrayed the god. What was it? I think that was Inari, right? I think Miyaruko-chan prayed to Inari, and then like the little Inari shrine maids came down and exorcised the great spirit that was following around like her big-breasted friend. Oh my. And oh my, like the sounds those god creatures made. It's a mixture of gibberish and ancient Japanese, and you can really think that like, oh, it's so good. I love that anime, and I love the manga as well. Oh. Also, I'm currently reading another manga that's on the 18th of August. I will be eaten by you or something like that. Also, similar subject matter, but also extremely interesting. I'm eating that shit up, okay? They are saved last minute by intervention by Bishamonten, and they, you know what, no, you know what, let's leave Taro out of this story, okay? 10, and they, divine intervention by Bishamonten, which pushes the girls to the edge of human comprehension. You know what? That sounds like an interesting story. Which pushes the girls to the... Yeah. Don't you think that's an interesting story? Let's see what's see. Also the music is getting a bit boring. So. Music of the cherry blossom. You know what? Let's take some urban music. Hijiri Kai ensemble in the urban music of the Edo period. That's an interesting thing. Or we have koto music of the Edo period, Japanese traditional music. Entenraku, it's a Gagaku performance from 11 years ago. Oh, also we have Gagaku, court music of Japan. Manzairaku Tokyoku, that's the orchestra, I believe. Okay, yep. Seems like the story's done. Let's... this one's interesting. Goshuraku no Kyu is this one. In the early years of the Meiji period, a group of schoolgirls were on a field trip in the mountains when they accidentally stumbled upon a sacred shrine. Maybe not, maybe let's not take that one. Okay. When they accidentally stumbled upon a sacred shrine. The shrine was dedicated to a powerful serpent spirit, Kyohime, who was known for her fire-breathing powers and her fearsome temper. Despite warnings from the locals to leave the shrine alone, the girls couldn't resist the temptation to explore it. They climbed up to the altar and began to poke and prod at the sacred objects, thinking it was all just a game. But their laughter soon turned to screams as the ground beneath them began to shake. The shrine began to glow with another worldly light, and the air filled with the sound of the serpent's angry hiss. Panicking, the girls fled down the mountains, their hearts pounding in their chests. They knew that they had angered Kyohime, and they had no idea what to do next. Their teacher, a stern but kind-hearted woman, led them to a nearby temple, hoping that the power of the gods might protect them. There they prayed to Bishamonten, the god of warriors and justice, begging him to banish the serpent spirit and to spare their lives. But it seemed their prayers had fallen on deaf ears. The temple shook with the serpent's fury, and the girls huddled together in fear, convinced that they were about to die. But just when all things seemed lost, a blinding light filled the temple, and a figure appeared before them. It was Bishamonten himself, his shining armor and gleaming sword, a testament to his power and might. He stood before the serpent, his eyes flashing with righteous anger. With a powerful roar, he charged at the beast, his sword slashing through the air. As the girls watched in awe, Bishamonten battled the serpent, his every move a display of divine strength and skill. The air was filled with the sound of clashing steel and the roar of the serpent's breath. But in the end, it was Bishamonten who emerged victorious. The girls were left shaken and awed by the experience. They had seen firsthand the power of the gods, and it had pushed them to the very edge of human comprehension. From that day forward, they knew that they would never forget the lesson that they had learned, that there were forces in the world greater than they could ever hope to understand, and that it was up to them to show respect and reverence to those forces if they hoped to survive in another world full of danger. In a world full of wonder and danger. I'm sorry. That's good. Honestly, that's really good. Any story requests so far? Am I like also let me quickly do a sound check. I want to make sure that my storytelling voice is not too loud or peaking the microphone or anything. I'm really close up to the mic, and I know I shouldn't do that, but you know, I can't stop myself. I'm just dumb like that, you know? Is my voice fine? But just when everything seemed lost, a blinding light filled the temple. Yeah, no, it's a bit too loud, actually. Holy shit, I shouldn't be that close to the mic. Ugh. Zendo, are you bored yet? I'm convinced that you're just snoring. Oh well. Whew. How long have I been fucking live already? I don't know. 1.5 hours already. Man, that's just a testament to how interesting the story is that OpenAI comes up with. And it's also a testament to how far I can suppress my tiredness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should go and buy some more Sapporo beer. That's amazing, that stuff. I know I can get that. I thought you really had to, like, some real import weird shit, buy it online, but no, there's a store that sells it in Kiel. You know, sells it. Yeah. Upgrade to Plus for $20 a month. I mean, if it was like 5, I'd consider it, but 20? Nah. Oi, oi, oi. Let's see if they can make up a yokai. Okay, let's see what they came up with. Oh, I'm tired. You know, maybe I'm gonna make myself a tea or a coffee and come back, and we're gonna write some more stories. That sounds interesting. Kind of sad that all the people are like, oh my goodness, imagine Panos coming, or maybe Rapsnat, no, the Finn, what was his name again? I forgot I had screen capture. I'm sorry, Zendo. Let me quickly not change anything. Honest mistake. I'm sorry. I forget I didn't have screen capturing. Luckily, it's only us two in stream right now. Oh my goodness. I really need to be more careful. Jesus. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I wanted to go to the Discord because I have a Discord now. I have it for a long time now. That's where I'm currently am right now, and you know, just Arch. That would be interesting to have Arch in here. You know, coming up with story. Negaroni, Panos, Lolly, Danto. That would be interesting. But no, it's just the two of us. You and I. Just the two of us. Yeah, okay, no longer, no more music memes. I'm done. You know what? I'm gonna leave you with a bit of an opera piece. And I hope you like it. And I'm gonna make myself a coffee. Yes. Hopefully you're not too mad at me. Yeah, you are gonna be mad at me. I know that for a fact. Be right back, people. Nothing beats a fresh and creamy caramel cappuccino. Tired, tired, go away, come back another day. Oh. It's way better, holy shit. Oh. Why do I feel like an old man? I'm not even that old yet. Oh. Oh, you old geezer. Is it already past your bedtime? You know, it's not good for you to stay up so long. How's everyone doing? So Danto's still streaming, Schnock is still alive. I'm just gonna ask him if he is alive. Well, you never know. Zendo is still... Oh, Zendo is still watching, apparently. Nice. Okay. The music is so hype. Can't stop this now. Yep, that was the music. We're back, baby. Like, we never left. Okay. We have a yokai to read about. ChatGPT said this one's gonna be interesting, and you know, I'm gonna be inclined. They made this one up, okay? Tomorrow I'm not gonna be streaming, but maybe, just maybe, you're gonna be able to see an interesting community post on my main YouTube channel, and maybe, very, very unlikely, Sunday before stream, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. Just maybe. Everything cleared up? Fuck, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't stream. You know what? How about I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna stop and stream in an hour. You know what? That's an idea. No, later. I don't want to go after, like, maybe only 30 minutes more. I don't want to, you know, stretch it out too much. A few stories and then we're gonna end it for tonight. I'm not like, this isn't an endurance stream yet. I'm gonna do one soon. Who knows? It's gonna be lit either way. Okay. 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 Sound works. Everything works. Let's enjoy this evening a bit more, and yeah, anything new in chat? No. Then let's not beat around the bush too much and get back into reading all these interesting stories. What interesting music you want to have in the background? Koto of the Edo period. Oh no. When we're doing already the Japanese ensemble, I think we should do the Shogun 2 soundtrack because that has some interesting, really nice ensemble in there. No, that's not quite. You know what? This is all taking place in the Edo period. Yep, let's take this one, okay? One yokai from northeastern Japan is the Yukizuri. It is said to be a spirit that haunts snowy and mountainous regions and resembles a large white spider. The Yukizuri is said to spin a web of ice and snow that can trap unsuspecting travelers, and it's known to feed on their life force. According to the legend, the Yukizuri's name comes from the method of its hunting. The spider spirit waits for snow to fall heavily in the mountains when it spins its web across a steep slope or crevasse. When a traveler passes by, they unwittingly break the web, causing snow and ice to fall down the slope and trap them. The Yukizuri is particularly frightening yokai as it preys on those who find themselves lost in the snow, desperately trying to find their way back to civilization. Those who fall prey to the Yukizuri are said to be drained of their energy, leaving them weak and unable to move. Some stories even claim that the spider spirit can steal a person's soul, leaving them to wander the mountains forever. Honestly, the music doesn't fit to this one. You know what? No, let's keep with the ensemble we had before we went all Shogun 2 in this one. I'm gonna stream Shogun 2 on Sunday. What Yuki? I get Yuki. That's snow. But Zuri? What's Yuki's? What's that? Does it exist? Yuki Zuri, real Japanese gardens. Oh no, that's smart actually. Yukizuri are a contraption made of bamboo and rope to keep bonsai trees from being snow-logged in the winter. They appear like small spider webs. Interesting. And it's part of the spring festivals to take them off, and it's Kanazawa, and it's in winter. That's actually really smart. I had no clue. But yo, that's really smart. Okay. Let's see what the let's see what the Yukizuri yokai is getting up to, because you know who we're picking them against each other. It's the Meiji period, mid Meiji period, about 1880. Right. Yokai story set in the mid Meiji period. Right, a yokai story set in the mid Meiji period. About what? About about the previous yokai. About the previous prompts yokai. Pitted against the monk Taro from earlier in the conversation. Taro wins and lives. You have to specify that, because the fact that Taro is still alive, you know, is astonishing. Taro is like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. I'm going there. I mean, Demon Slayer takes place in Showa, and this is taking place in Meiji, so... But you know... Maybe Taro started the Demon Slayer order. Maybe. You can dream, right? Give me another sip of this coffee. Right, no one's watching anymore. Cool. Hey, whatever. Yeah. Taro is an absolute Chad. Come on. I know the AI thinks that, You know what? Let's finish, like, when we're finishing the stream and when we have all these cool stories about Taro, let's finish it off by having OpenAI write a fake Wikipedia article about Taro. That would be fucking amazing. Holy shit. Okay. In the mid-Meiji period, Taro the monk was on a mission to exorcise the yokai known as the Yukizuri. The villagers in the snowy mountains had been plagued by the spider spirit for years, and they had turned to Taro for help. Taro was a seasoned exorcist, but he had never faced a yokai like the Yukizuri. The spider spirit was incredibly powerful, and its ice and snow webs were nearly impossible to break. Taro knew he would need to use all of his skill and knowledge to defeat the creature. For days, Taro climbed the mountains, following the trail of the Yukizuri. He finally came to a steep slope where the spider spirit had spun its web. Taro carefully made his way across, testing each step to avoid triggering the trap. Suddenly, the ground gave way and Taro fell into the web. He struggled to free himself, but the web was too strong. He felt the cold, icy grip of the Yukizuri draining his energy. But Taro was not ready to give up. He focused all of his energy and called upon the power of the gods to help him. Suddenly, he felt a surge of strength, and he broke free from the web. Taro stood up, his body glowing with energy. He called out to the Yukizuri, challenging it to face him in battle. The spider spirit emerged from its hiding place, its 8 legs glistening in the moonlight. The battle was fierce, with Taro dodging the Yukizuri's icy attacks and striking back with his magic. Finally, Taro landed a decisive blow, and the Yukizuri let out a terrifying scream as it dissipated into the air. Taro stood, panting and exhausted but victorious. The villagers came out of hiding, cheering and thanking Taro for saving them from the dreaded Yukizuri. From that day on, Taro was known as the hero who had defeated the spider spirit, and his legend spread throughout the region. The Yukizuri was never seen again, and Taro continued to exorcise yokai, always ready to face whatever spirits came his way. Well, that music was weak, but hey, whatever. I also, you might know or might not know, but I myself own a shakuhachi, and I can actually play it, which is, difficult. Not many people can, and many people's houses slice around like a decoration. But I'm gonna play one. I'm gonna play a little bit of music for you, so just so you know how it sounds like. How's that, huh? It sounds best when you do long, breathy tones, but you know. Amazing, right? I love this thing so much, and it's so cool. But every time I want to buy another one in the right denotation, because this is actually tuned wrong. But you know, it's well, I don't find one which is from the bottom of the bamboo stick. It's always in the middle. They don't have a stone's saya. No, the thing you blow on to make the note. They don't have a stone one there. Always like wood ones, and it's just not the quality, and the price I want is always way too high for the quality I want. I got this one for about €100, but apparently the quality there is way, 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 way higher. Man, I want another one, but I can't afford one, man. I can't afford one like this one now because, oh my god, it's so beautiful and sounds so good. Yep, no, back to the stories. Okay. Okay. Let's face off Taro versus. Now let's get into the early Showa period, you know? When was Showa? I think it was like. Sorry, it's like 19. No, no, no. Not Showa. I mean Taisho. Jesus. Demon Slayer takes place in Taisho. The Taisho period is from 1912 to 1926. No. Google, you lying cheat. I was so scared, but oh god. Luckily, no. They haven't doxed me yet. Exorcists. Taisho. So. Okay. Let's say. In the early Taisho. Like, if he was born in 1855, it's. Yeah, they can live to 1930. That's about 80 years, so, you know, makes sense. In the early Taisho period. In the early Taisho period. Now I don't know. Early Taisho. The Taro faces off against. What's something he could face off against? The Umi Inu. The Sea Dog. Wait, 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 wait. Say you. So, say you. Umi Inu Seiyu. Now you see what kind of YouTubers I watch. Umi Inu Seiyu. Sea Dog VA. Umi Inu Seiyu. I hate my life. I still can't, man. Holy shit. Umi Inu. Okay. Enough fooling around. Umi Inu Seiyu is pretty funny, but you know. Umi Inu are mysterious sea monsters found off the coast of Koichi Prefecture in southern Shikoku. They have powerful jaws with many teeth, but their physical appearance is unknown. Behavior. Umi bite into the bows and rudders of boats. With their powerful jaws, they are strong enough to hold a boat in place and keep it from moving. Few fishermen have escaped their attacks and lived to tell about it. Umi Inu appear in Nanroshi in 1815. Compilation of records and essays from Tosa Prefecture, now Kochi Prefecture. An encounter which took place on the first day of the second month was recorded by harbor master Naito Sazuburo. A fisherman went out to sea. All of a sudden, the waves grew tall and the sea became violent. The fisherman feared his boat would capsize. Then he heard a loud noise, as if something was very large biting into the bow of the ship. And it's a big dog. It's a sea dog. And he bit into the ship because, you know, kind of reminded the thing of American pizza. I'm no. Sorry, but you know. Maybe he thought the underside of this wooden ship might just have been bread, because unlike some people on that podcast, this sea dog has an exquisite taste for baked goods. Yeah, and that kind of dated my fanship of said YouTuber a lot now as well. But no, let's the monk Taro faces off against the sea yokai Umi Inu. Bites the underside of ships. Ah, fuck. Please work. Please, 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 please. I don't want to end stream yet. Okay. I guess let's. Yeah, I am. Yokai horror story. Ah, okay. The monk Taro in the Taisho period. The monk Taro faces off against the Umi Inu Yokai. Ocean spirit bites the hull of ships. Okay. Okay, what kind of music we want to put in the background of this one? No, this one. In the Taisho period, the monk Taro found himself called to the coast to deal with a new yokai that had been plaguing the fishermen and sailors of the region. The Umi Inu, a fearsome ocean spirit that was known for its sharp teeth and tendency to bite the hulls of passing ships, causing them to sink. Taro knew that he needed to act quickly to stop the Umi Inu before it caused any more harm. He consulted with the locals and learned that the spirit was known to surface near a small rocky island just off the coast. Taro set out in a small fishing boat, armed with his magic and his determination to rid the area of the Umi Inu. As he approached the island, he could sense the presence of the spirit growing stronger. Suddenly, the water around the boat began to churn, and Taro saw the Umi Inu's head emerge from the waves. Its eyes glinted with fierce, animalistic intelligence, and Taro knew that he was in for a tough battle. The Umi Inu began to circle the boat, its jaws snapping hungrily. Taro chanted a spell, calling upon the power of the gods to aid him in battle. The water around the boat began to glow, and Taro felt a surge of energy. He stood up in the boat, facing the Umi Inu with unwavering courage. The yokai lunged at Taro, but Taro dodged to the side, landing a powerful blow with his magic. The Umi Inu howled in pain, but was not defeated yet. The battle continued with Taro and the Umi locked in a fierce struggle for dominance. The Umi Inu used its strength and agility to overpower Taro, but the monk was too skilled and too determined to be defeated. Finally, after what seemed like hours, Taro landed a decisive blow, and the Umi let out a final, pitiful howl as it sank beneath the waves, defeated. Taro returned to shore a hero's welcome, with the fishermen and sailors thanking him for ridding their waters of the Umi Inu. From that day on, Taro was known as a fearless exorcist who could face any yokai and emerge victorious. That worked out perfectly. Oh my. Okay, anything else? What about, tell the tale of how Taro founded the... Why do we want the I want him to found an exorcism school. Wait, I need to open Google Maps and I don't want to dox myself. Give me a minute. Um, I know that this fucking thing is gonna dox me as soon as I open it, so I'm gonna be careful every time I open it because it just straight up zooms into my home, and you know that's like where my address is and everything, and I don't want that. So you know, let's not do that, okay? Okay. Niigata, Tokyo, Nagoya, Shizuoka. Shizuoka is nice, I hear. Kobe, Okayama, Kitakyushu, Kumamoto, Kagoshima. Anywhere really? Fukushima, Sendai, Niigata, Morioka, Aomori. What do you think? Where would be a good place for an exorcism school? For a temple? Kyoto? I mean, it's not the capital anymore. In 1916, Tokyo was already the capital. So, you know, Kyoto would make sense. Given but he's from Akita, right? Damn, where's Akita again? Akita, Shizuoka, Aichi, Mie. Damn, Mie is very different now. Huh? Wakayama, Kyoto. Akita is northern Japan, right? It's Tochigi, Ibaraki. Oh yeah, Akita. That's here it is. You know what? He goes back to his roots and finds there's a country club here. What religious stuff? There has to be some religious stuff here, right? Temple. Okay, there are a few temples. How is this one? This one looks interesting. Has some character, right? Yeah, looks nice. And also pretty old, it seems. So yeah, let's take this one. Okay? Hotoji Temple. He's the founder of Hotoji Temple in Akita. How? Taro. Founded the... What is the name again? Hotoji. And built the... Not hotshot. Hotoji Temple in Akita. And... built the new Onmyoji Society. And built the new Onmyoji, not Onmyoji Society, like they're gonna take, and the new Onmyoji school. Bam. Stop generating. How in his hometown of Akita, and yeah. Okay, let's see what we get out of this one. Let's see what music we should use for this one? On Myodo, nice. Let's read the story. After many years of traveling and exercising yokai, the monk Taro felt drawn back to his hometown of Akita. He had always felt a strong connection to the region with its rugged landscape and deep spiritual traditions. As he settled back into life in Akita, Taro began to notice that there was a great need for spiritual guidance and protection. Yokai and other malevolent spirits were still prevalent in the area, and many people were suffering from their influence. Taro knew that he needed to act, and so he began to plan the construction of a new temple that would be dedicated to the practice of Onmyodo, the ancient art of Japanese divination and spiritualism. With the help of his disciples and other like-minded individuals, Taro began to build the Hotoji Temple, a grand structure that would serve as a beacon for hope and protection for the people of Akita. The construction of the temple was not without its challenges, as many yokai and other malicious spirits attempted to sabotage its efforts. But Taro was a skilled exorcist, and he used his magic and spiritual knowledge to protect the workers and ensure the success of the project. As the temple neared completion, Taro began to train a new generation of onmyoji, individuals who would carry on the ancient traditions of spiritualism and protection. These students were taught with secrets of divination and magic, and they were given the skills they needed to face any challenge that might come their way. The Hotoji Temple became known throughout the region as a powerful force for good, and Taro's reputation as a skilled and compassionate monk spread far and wide. He continued to lead the temple and the Onmyoji school until his death, passing on his knowledge and wisdom to countless generations of spiritual seekers. To this day, the Hotoji Temple remains a symbol of power and resilience of the human spirit, a testament to courage and determination of Taro and his disciples. Another story about Taro. You want to do that? Another Taro story, right? That sounds interesting to you? Yes or nah? I want to know. More Taro or less? Taro is too cool not to do that, you know? He is the epic, the real, the Taro. Taro is amazing. Let's find another random yokai, right? What's something Taro could face off? Something difficult, you know? This is all small pittance against what Taro can accomplish. Fucking apple, man. This is fucking happy appy looking ass. Ringo no kai. Apple spirit. Ringo no sei. Fucking... It's just a dude with an apple for its head who is a bit mischievous. Come on. The Nurahion. I never can pronounce them right. Nurihiron. The slippery gourd. Expensive villas, living room brothels, possibly marine in origin. Diet picky, prefers expensive and luxurious food. Now that is a final boss worthy of the mighty Taro. Nuricharon is a mysterious and powerful yokai encountered all across Japan. It is said appearances can be deceiving, and Nurarichon is the perfect illustration of this. Overall, he is rather benign looking. His head is elongated and god-shaped. His face is wizened and wrinkled, resembling cross between an old man and a catfish. He wears elegant clothing, often splendid silk kimono or the rich robes of a Buddhist abbot. He carries himself in the quiet manner of the sophisticated gentleman. The short, comedical elderly Nurari-hyun is actually one of the most powerful and elite of all yokai. He travels in an ornate palanquin carried by human or yokai servants, often visiting red light districts but occasionally stopping in mountain villas as well. Nurari-hyun is also known as Kaibutsu no Oyadama, the supreme commander of all monsters. Every yokai listens to his word and pays him respect, treating him as the elder and leader of all yokai meetings. Along with the Otoroshi and Norochi, Nurahieron leads the procession known as the Night Parade of 100 Demons through the streets of Japan on dark, rainy nights. He fits the real role of Supreme Commander every bit as much when he interacts with humans as well. Why does the name of the Supreme Commander of Yokai, the Emperor of Yokai, why does this so hard to pronounce, man? Nurarichon. Jesus. Nurarichon shows up on evenings when the household is extremely busy. He arrives at homes unexpectedly in a splendid palanquin and slips into the house unnoticed by anyone. He acts in all respects of life as if he were the master of the house, helping himself to the family's luxuries such as fine teas and tobacco. His power is so great that even the real owners of the house can do nothing to stop him. In fact, even after they all notice his presence, the owners believes the Nururiaron to be actually the rightful master of the house. Eventually he leaves just as he came, quietly and politely slipping out of the house and into his palanquin, as the owners of the house obsequiously bow and wave him farewell. Only after he is left does anyone become suspicious of the mysterious old man who just visited. Oh, and he is linked to the Omibuzu. Bozu. Oh well. The Supreme Commander of Yokai. He is gonna be the final boss. And the Night Parade of 100 Demons. Let's say Taro dies in 1926. 70 years after his birth. With a ripe old age of 71. From the evil Nurarichon. On the commander of all yokai and his night parade of 100 demons. 100. Jesus, I can't write tonight. And his night parade of 100 demons He gives his life to protect the temple and town. Bam. Make it long and epic. Make it long and epic. It's summer 1926 in Akita. Okay. Okay. The last story. After that, we will not be listening to any more stories. After that, we'll make the Wikipedia article about Taro and calling it a night because, you know, I need to. I have some stuff to do. So, you know. But yeah, it's a fun stream. It was a fun stream. Okay. Let's see what they came up with. In the summer of 1926, the town of Akita was in great peril. The evil Nurarihyun, commander of all yokai, had declared war on the town, determined to destroy everything in his path. The people of Akita were terrified as they knew that the Nurarihyon was one of the most powerful yokai of all, and that he commanded a massive army of demons and spirits. They prayed for protection, hoping that some powerful force would come to their aid. And then, as if in the answer to their prayers, the monk Taro arrived in town. He had heard of the impending danger, and he had come to offer his services. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Well, I jumped the gun apparently a little there. Jesus, fucking, take previous prompt into account when writing the story. Also, Nurarihyun isn't a military commander. He He is a old man with a gourd-shaped head and more like a ruler slash regent. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what if this is okay. Let's see if the bot detects all that was said before and constructs a long and epic story with it. You know what? Shogun 2 music is in order here. Okay. Is it still generating? Yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's see this final story before we wrap things up for tonight. I'm putting on some falling thunder. Yep, it's this one's in order. Let's make this epic so I can turn this into a YouTube short. In the summer of 1926, the town of Akita was thriving. The Hotoji temple was flourishing, and the teachings of the Onmyoji school had spread far and wide. But beneath the surface of this idyllic... No. No, fuck. But beneath the surface of this idyllic town lay a dark secret. The presence of Nurhyaron, the commander of all yokai. Nurhyaron was an old man with a god-shaped head and the ruler over the yokai, with an iron fist. His army of demons was feared among the regions, and many people lived in constant terror of his wrath. But Taro, the brave and powerful monk, was not to be intimidated by the forces of darkness. He had faced down countless yokai in his life, and in his years of travel and training, and he knew that he was the only one who could protect Akita from the evil Nurarihyon. As the sun began to set on a warm summer day, Taro sensed that something was amiss. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and he knew that the yokai were on the move. Sure enough, as the moon rose over the town, Taro heard the sounds of drums in the distance. He knew that it was the night parade of 100 demons, Nurahyaron's fearsome army of yokai. Taro sprang into action, calling on his disciples and other Onmyoji to join him in battle. They raced through the streets of Akita, their spirits filled with the courage and determination of the warrior gods. As they reached the Hotoji temple, they saw that Nurahyaron and his army had already descended upon the town. The yokai were everywhere, their eyes glowing in the darkness as they moved through the streets with terrifying speed and power. Taro and his companions drew their swords, ready to face down the enemy. They knew that this battle would be unlike any they had ever fought before, and that they would need all of their strength and skills to emerge victorious. The fight was fierce and brutal, with yokai of all shapes and sizes attacking from every angle. But Taro and his disciples fought with an unshakable resolve, their swords cutting through the darkness and striking down the demons one by one. Despite their bravery, however, the Onmyoji were slowly being overwhelmed. The yokai were too numerous and their power too great. Nurari-hyun himself had taken to the battlefield, and his dark magic was turning the tide of this battle in his favor. Taro knew that he had to act fast. With a fierce cry, he charged towards Nurari-hyun, his sword raised high. The old man, with a god-shaped head, turned to face him. His eyes filled with a cold and deadly malice. The two opponents clashed in a furious battle, their swords ringing out into the darkness. Nurari-hyun was the master of dark magic, but Taro the master of the Onmyoji tradition, and his powerful spiritual power was too much for the yokai ruler to withstand. With a final burst of energy, Taro struck down Nurari-hyun, his sword slicing through the yokai's chest and ending his reign of terror once and for all. But as the battle came to an end, Taro knew that he had paid a heavy price. He had given his life to protect the temple and town, and his body fell to the ground, laying motionless as his disciples mourned his passing. Then on, the people of Akita would never forget the bravery and sacrifice of Taro, the monk who had fought against the darkness and given everything to protect the town that he loved. They would continue to honor his memory, and teachings of the Onmyoji school would continue to spread throughout the land. And thus ending the story of Taro the monk. That was pretty epic. Yeah, I'm turning this into a YouTube short. You can't not make me. This is pretty cool. Okay. I'd say... Yeah, baby! That's what I'm waiting for! That's what it's all about. Let's see what kind of Wikipedia article comes out if we plug this into... Let's see what this Wikipedia article is there. (1855 to 1926). Take previous prompts into account, like his encounter with the... What was this first encounter we had? It was the... Namahage. The Namahage, that was his first encounter. And Taro was a kid. And all the others. Don't forget any prompt, but frame the stories as modern folklore with a grain of factual truth, which can which can be determined. There are records of his birth and death, but the yokai and magic seem to be just stories. That's what I want to see. I could just write this article myself, but I really want to see what the AI is capable of. Don't forget any prompt containing him. Also make up a last name for him. Make up, you know what, not a last name, a surname for him. Okay. Taro Suzuki. Taro Suzuki. Okay. That's not what happened. Oh well. Counter with the Namahagan. Yeah. From prompt 1. From stop generating, save and submit. Hopefully this is more like what I'm looking for. I'm never gonna get this one right, eh? Well... Okay. I wanted the bot to... Okay. What about with the Yuki Zuri, and what about the all of the other things he did, and his fierce rivalry with. Okay, you know what? I need to containing him like the counter with like the encounter with the like his rivalry with Maki with the spirit of Makisu Ryuji 10 or the encounters with the Yukizuri and the Umi Inu, but frame the stories as modern folklore, nothing actual truth. Okay, hopefully he's not gonna leave any fucking things out there, alright? Yeah, no, let's try this one again. Okay, this seems good. You know what? Yeah, honestly, this works. Let's see any new stuff in chat. Any interest? No. This is just my little pet peeve project, then I guess. I love my yokai stories too much. So Taro, uh, Tai, wo Taio yokai, Taio yokai. Okay, this Wikipedia article is absolute bullshit, but I can rewrite it to have all the stories included, so, you know, it's a good framework, but the bot really doesn't know what to do with it, you know? Okay. Let's do this. Taro Yamamoto, 1855 to 1926, was a Japanese monk and the founder of the Hotoji Temple in Akita, Japan. He is known for his legendary encounters with yokai or supernatural beings and his role in the development of the Onmyoji school of thought, the new Onmyoji, early life. Taro Yamamoto was born in Akita in 1855, and from a young age he showed an interest in the spiritual world. According to local folklore, he had a fateful encounter with a Namahage, a demon-like creature, when he was just a boy. This encounter is said to have sparked his interest in the supernatural and led him down the path of becoming a monk. Encounters with yokai. As a monk, Taro Yamamoto was known for his ability to sense and communicate with yokai. One of the most famous encounters was with the spirit of Makisu Ryujiten, a powerful demon who had been terrorizing the people of Akita. Taro Yamamoto engaged in fierce battle with Ryujiten, ultimately emerging victorious and banishing the demon from the town. Taro Yamamoto also encountered the Yukizuri, a spirit that was said to hang people from trees. Yeah, it banished that one too. Other famous encounter with the Umi Inu, an ocean spirit that bit the hulls of ships, Taro Yamamoto was able to use the onmyoji powers to pacify the spirit and cause it from, and prevent it from causing harm. The development of the onmyoji school. Taro Yamamoto is also known for his role in the development of the onmyoji school of thought, which combines elements of Taoism, Confucianism, and Shintoism. He founded the Hotoji Temple in Akita, which became the center for modern onmyoji teachings. Legend has it that Taro Yamamoto was involved with a fierce battle of the commander of all yokai, Nurarihyon, who led the night parade of 100 demons to attack Akita. Taro Yamamoto is said to have given his life to protect the temple and town, and his heroic sacrifice is still celebrated in Akita to this day. Legacy. Taro Yamamoto's life and legend continue to inspire people in Akita and beyond. While some of the stories about his encounters with yokai may be purely fictional, his role in the development of the onmyoji school is well documented, and the Hotoji Temple remains an important center for onmyoji teachings. Taro Yamamoto's legacy as a protector of Akita lives on in the hearts of the people. Yep, that's it. Is nothing said about all the other cool stories, like the snow spider Yukizuri, which is, it hangs spirit from teas. Completely changed that one. I wanted to have like a collection of all the stories. You know what? I'm gonna try that again. About Taro the monk and use it to compile. How the fuck do you write compile? All of his stories so far, from the first prompt to the last. His lifetime is 1855 to 1926. Bam. The kid Taro from the first prompt is the later monk Taro as a child. Okay. Maybe this works a bit better. He never had contact with the Yuki Onna. You know what? I'm just gonna... Oh, well, he remembered Makisuri Ujiten. Also, it was not the Yuki Onna, it was the Hume Onna. He... Well, actually, he got some of those right. Honestly, yeah. Okay, yeah. This is honestly, I think this is a better story. Taro the monk, 1855 to 1926, was a prominent figure in folklore of Japan. He is said to have had numerous encounters with supernatural entities throughout his life, many of which have become the stuff of legend. Early life. Taro was born in the rural town of Akita, located in Tohoku region of Japan. In 1855, as a child, he had a fateful encounter with the Namahage, a yokai said to visit the homes on New Year's Eve to ward off evil spirits. The experience left a lasting impression on the young Taro, instilling in him a fascination with supernatural that would carry on throughout his life. Encounters with yokai. As a young monk, Taro was said to have contact with a variety of yokai. One of his most famous encounters was with the Yuki Onna, a beautiful yet deadly snow woman who lures men to their deaths with her icy embrace. Despite her alluring beauty, Taro managed to resist her charms and lived to tell the tale. Taro also had a rivalry with his spirit Makisu Ryujiten, a Western mercenary who died in the Boshin War, and became obsessed with Japanese folklore. Makisu's spirit would appear to lonely travelers at night, telling them stories that would then appear to kill travelers. Taro attempted to exorcise the demon but failed, leading him to train and make it his life's mission to exorcise the spirit. In the Taisho period, Taro faced off against the Umi Inu yokai, an ocean spirit that bites the hull of ships. He also protected Akita from the evil Nurarahirion, the commander of all yokai, and his night parade of 100 demons, sacrificing his life to protect the temple and town. Founding of Hotoji Temple and the Onmyoji School. Taro founded Hotoji Temple in his hometown of Akita, where he built the new Onmyoji School. His experiences with yokai and his deep knowledge of the occult allowed him to create a unique curriculum that combined traditional Buddhist teaching with shamanic practices. Legacy. Taro's life and legend continue to inspire modern folk tales and popular culture in Japan. His stories have been adapted into various media, including manga, anime, and video games. Many modern exorcists claim to be part of Taro's lineage, tracing their spiritual roots back to the famous monks. While the spiritual events in Taro's life cannot be confirmed, his influence on Japanese folklore and culture is undeniable. His stories continue to captivate and terrify audiences to this day. Isn't that interesting? You know, honestly, that worked better. Yep, and let's end it here. I'm getting tired. It was extremely fun to have you all on here, you all, it's basically just Zendo, but still. It was kind of fun having you on the stream, kind of discussing stuff with you all, so, you know. It was fun, no denying that. I could not bring myself to say it was not fun, because that would be a lie. I had an immense amount of fun. So much fun, in fact, that I think it would be criminal to not do anything with it. But, you know. Reading yokai stories was interesting and, you know, not very broad appeal, I have to admit. So, you know, kind of shot myself in the foot there. Fine Phone is streaming. You know what? Let's raid him. Well, I'm going to raid him. No one's gonna follow me, sadly. Not even Sendo. My most loyal of followers left me. Damn. Okay. Oh well. Then I'm going to see all of you on Sunday when I'm gonna stream Shogun 2. Which is kind of hype, you know? Shogun 2, that's an amazing game. Oh shit, right at the end, people are coming back, you know? You missed an entire 3.5 hours of amazing yokai stories. Oh well. I guess that's just the way it is. Can't do anything about it. So let's dash raid find phone. Let's do that, okay? He has stuff going for him, right? Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, 2 viewers rating. Okay. Anyway, it's been an absolute blast, and I couldn't imagine not doing it. So, honestly, yeah. It's been nice, but I think it's really time to end it about now. Yeah. See you on Sunday for the next one. Thank you so much.